Now for us to move over to our next story. Now, facilitators for a Better Jamaica are lobbying together in order to take on the airfare and changes that are being made. Now, the campaign has intensified from allowing just one piece of bag to Jamaica to two, and the reduction of airfares to Jamaica and the Caribbean. Tell us more about this. We're joined now by Sylbourne Sydial. Sylbourne, thank you for joining us here on the show.
Hi, good afternoon.
Right, so could you tell us a little bit more about the facilities for a Better Jamaica and what they're trying to achieve?
Okay, good. Well, Facilities for Better Jamaica is a think tank and lobby group which was formed in 2003. And what we do, we raise the voices on issues affecting Jamaica and Jamaican community here in the UK and Jamaica. In specific now towards this particular campaign with the Airfare lobby. If you can recall, there's been a lot of news in the air about the APD tax and about how expensive it is to travel to the Caribbean. Especially Jamaica. I'm speaking from Jamaica perspective as a Jamaican and as a Jamaican organization. But what we found out eventually, and why we sort of shift, especially FFBJ, shift our focus away from the tax, but to the airlines directly and their pricing policies, is when we recognize that the APD, which actually puts us like in a band C, which would make us pay like an extra £64, £83 or so to the Caribbean, and if you're in band B, which is the US, would make us pay something like £60-something. But when you check it out, sir, the prices are not increasing that level. The prices have gone up to like the $1,500, $1,200, $900, and they fluctuate up and down. So the tax is not what is driving the prices up. It is a pricing policy within Virgin and BA, which makes it very unfair, very exorbitant, and of course, with the baggage being reduced from 2 to 1, which makes it very hard because when people are traveling to the Caribbean, of course, one bag is not enough at the same time. So we got together with a consultative group with the Caribbean community, Jamaica, on September 28th, and we decided we were going to lobby Virgin and BA to the point that if we don't reach a proper good resolution or so, the people want to say, let's boycott. But we're not there yet. We're not talking about boycott. We're talking about filling the petition, which we've got around 15,000 now, and to see if we can get some dialogue with Virgin and BA.
Could there any other reasons why Virgin and BA may be charging the prices they do?
Well, I think one of the reasons why they're charging some, we all have this sort of feeling, and that's why I want to meet with them. We believe that there's collusion. We believe that there's a monopoly right there. One goes to Kingston, one goes to Montego Bay. In a few years ago, Virgin and BA was fined 58 million, or I think that's around the figure, for price fixing. We believe that somehow something may be happening there at the same time. We don't know. We don't have that intimate information there. But what we're seeing is showing that because Jamaicans, we love to go the direct route, whereby it's very simple. They control the route. Air Jamaica is out of the picture now. Caribbean Airlines doesn't go that route there. So as a result of that, we are in a quandary whereby we are left to the mercy of these airlines.
So if the facts are between a band C or a band B, has there been any stories like this in the past where, countries have been able to sway the British Airways or the Virgins from the prices that they put out?
Okay, when you mention the band C and the band B, that is regarding to the APD tax. I just have used that as a sort of background as to the whole issue regarding the airfares. We're not dealing with the APD, even though the APD campaign is continuing, even though it is complementary at the same time. It is complementary at the same time. But what we're looking at is regard specifically towards the pricing policies with Virgin and BA, and how, because if you got children, you know that during the holiday period, during the school term, the price is low, and as school gets in, as it goes into the holiday period, the prices get phenomenally very high.
So, so what you're saying possibly is that because there is no other options apart from BA or Virgin, Jamaicans' hands are tied on who they can fly with to probably even think of getting even a better deal. What about connection flights?
I'm glad you touched on to that point, because that's another aspect of our campaign. We already have persons, one of our team members, we call him the czar of the alternative route, who is building up a dossier of alternative routes. And if you actually look on the change.org website, and you see many people have already boycotted Virgin already. Many persons are actually going via Brussels, go straight to the US, and then we can get a deal across. Because when you check it out, it is really how to actually encourage or stimulate or educate persons that you don't have to go direct route. And I understand if you have to go to a direct route whereby you need to get to Jamaica quickly, you need to go to the Caribbean quickly, you need that quick direct route like a family emergency. But if you're planning long term, if you're planning to go to the Caribbean in June, you can save roughly £600 by just maybe traveling a bit longer. So there are alternative routes. We can do it if we are very smart about it. And that's the message we're actually saying. It is more consumer power we're talking about. This is more saying that this is the money in your pocket. Thousands of persons are not able to travel. I mean, when you read the change.org website, one person I read recently couldn't go to their father's funeral because of the price so high. Okay, BS Virgin did not stop them. They could go. Their hands are not held. But at the same time, the prices are so high that by default they're prevented from doing these trips to the Caribbean.
Prices indeed have increased. I've heard Jamaicans here in Northampton talking about, in some cases, they've doubled or sometimes even trebled for a decent deal flight compared to previous years.
Yes, and that is why we also have, Northampton is very good because we've got lots of paper signatures from Northampton. We've got a gentleman by the name of Basil Smith. He's our campaign ambassador in Northampton. I think he's in Jamaica now. I hope he didn't take Virgin or BA, but anyway. And a lot of people in these communities, Birmingham, we're going to Bristol on February the 8th. We've been in Birmingham already. We're hoping to reach Northampton just to really keep this consultation going with the community to hear what they're saying, because we don't want to really move ahead of the community. We want to make sure the community is with us, because if push comes to shove after we meet with Virgin and BA and nothing properly resolved, I mean, the reality is that persons are saying, either way, we cannot afford these prices anymore. It is intolerant.
I'm sure I read a story somewhere to do with something very similar to Nigeria, where they too were finding that flights to Nigeria were very expensive, and they indeed decided they were going to boycott the airlines that were dealing with that. Do you remember recalling that story?
I recall with Nigeria, especially with the bags, they were going to reduce it to one. And I think Nigeria said over a dead body, and I think they're still back with the two. And also the Nigerian Aviation Authority sued Virgin and BA for their pricing policy. And that is some teeth with the Nigerian market, I must say, that they did. So while the prices are still high, and I know people from different African countries have been saying the prices are high, but I believe Nigeria really put their foot down. What we really hope is that the Jamaican authorities in Jamaica would actually support this. But of course, as you know, Richard Branson and doing lots of things with Jamaica, Usain Bolt and all this stuff. Many hands are tied now, so this is left to the people. It's people power. It's people power got to do this to understand.
So when will you be possibly coming to Northampton?
Well, we go to Bristol February the 8th, and I believe Northampton or Nottingham will be the next one on our agenda. Well, we're going to wait until Basil is back from Jamaica, and with yourselves and the support, we will be coming down there. We do have a meeting penciled in with Virgin to happen very shortly. So everything is subject to that. We don't believe that everything is going to be reconciled that quickly yet. But subject to that, we will be coming to Bristol at least by end of February. We try to keep them very close. We don't want to be the consultation meetings too far apart to keep that momentum.
So for people in Northampton then, if they want to get behind this, Basil Smith, when he's back, we know Basil is very, very active in the community.
Good.
He's doing quite a few things, and proud Jamaican supporter. Would Basil Smith be the person they should contact?
Basil Smith is the key person to be contacted, because what we're doing is that having the campaign ambassadors being positioned there, they can rally, and if persons want to get to us directly, for instance, the candidate or Basil is just to email to us at lobby@ffbj.org, which is lobby at F for Freddy, B for Bravo, J for Jamaica.org, or they can actually go to our website, which is www.ffbj.org, BravoJamaica.org, which is facilitated so betterjamaica.org. And importantly, they will be directed to the change.org website, where they can encourage people to sign the sign the petition. Right now, we've got 11,384. I'm looking on it now, which is online petition. But paper, we've got lots more paper. I think Basil got maybe over 1,000 in Northampton alone. He's fired up. That's on the paper, yes.
So a case, and I suppose a case of people in Northampton now that they're talking about this, about the airfares. Now's the time to stand up or shut up.
Now's the time to stand up and shut up, because I tell you what, and I find this is very interesting. When the discussions have been going on, when we see all the different airfares coming out, and we keep seeing, and Facebook is a massive tool, but what we found out was people are just talking. And I say this all the while, and after they talk, and they type, and they talk, and they talk. And everybody keeps saying, what we're going to do. So my organization, we said, okay, let's put our foot down. Let's throw the gauntlet down. Let's see who is going to actually come to this meeting. We had the meeting, over 20 persons turned up in London, and we said, okay. And then the next week we went to Brixton, started off in Windrush Square, Black History Month, because we felt Black History Month was crucial, because they talk about wanting the community to stand together, the black community, but it's important that families keep the link. People in Jamaica need to understand, need to link with their families here, and people in the UK here need to also link with their families in Jamaica. Children need to understand their grandparents and to get to know their roots. Roots is very important. If the roots is cut off, the identity factor goes astray. So that's a bigger picture about this campaign. And what we also find is that we believe that with this campaign and galvanizing around an issue, just like we got the Tesla Gin factor, we believe we can touch other issues as well. Because we're being used to and have been categorized as a community that just talk and bark but don't bite. But I believe we can bite if we're strategically positioned and have effective leadership. And that's what I want to see achieved.
Well, Sylbourne, thank you for joining us here this evening on Inspirations. We hope to speak to you when you come to Northampton.
I will definitely, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having them, and all the best to Northampton and their support.
Thank you very much, sir. Sylbourne Sydial there, speaking to us all about better facilities for a better Jamaica. We've got all the information on that here at BBC Radio Northampton Inspiration Programme.